The wait is finally over. The federal government has released $3.7 billion in heating assistance funding to states across the country. However, if you're thinking about waiting for notification in the mail, you could miss your window of opportunity entirely. The 43-day government shutdown has created significant delays, forcing state agencies to operate in catch-up mode. We've received confirmed reports indicating that application windows in certain areas may close in less than 1 week. Time is absolutely critical right now. This comprehensive guide will walk you through everything you need to know about this funding release, including the current situation, which 8 states face reduced funding allocations, the various types of heating assistance available, and answers to frequently asked questions, particularly for individuals receiving SSI or SNAP benefits who may be concerned about how heating assistance affects their existing benefits. The answer to that last question might surprise you. There's a lot of important information to cover, so let's dive right in. The Department of Health and Human Services officially released the $3.7 billion in funding on November 28th. Under normal circumstances, this funding allocation would have been determined back in October. The extended delay has created a cascade effect, leaving local offices overwhelmed as they attempt to process applications and distribute funds. Typically, this funding would be sorted out in October, but the prolonged delay has generated considerable confusion and operational challenges. Some states made the decision to move forward with issuing grants using leftover federal funding from the previous year or state reserves. This explains why certain individuals received their LIHEAP benefits a few weeks ago in November, before this federal disbursement officially took place. However, many states chose to wait and see what action the federal government would take. There's been substantial uncertainty surrounding whether this particular program would receive funding at all. For those who have been waiting, the time to act is now. States like Pennsylvania began distributing funds as of December 3rd. For states that opened pre-application processes before the funding was finalized, Pennsylvania being one example, the priority is sending payments to individuals who already submitted applications. If you were among those who pre-applied, you should expect to receive your payment within approximately 2 weeks. For everyone else, immediate action is essential. As officials have stated, when the funding runs out, it's gone until next year. LIHEAP has always operated on a first-come, first-served basis, which makes timing absolutely critical. If you reside in a state like Kentucky, you have virtually no time to waste. Reports indicate their application window will close as early as December 12th, literally just days away. If you've been postponing your application due to uncertainty, you need to understand there's no time left to deliberate. There's been no indication of deadline extensions, so immediate action is required. Unfortunately, not all states will receive the same level of support this year. According to the official press release from the Administration for Children and Families, 8 states will not receive additional funding under the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act this year. This legislation typically provides supplemental funding to LIHEAP in most states, but these 8 states are exceptions. The states receiving $0 in supplemental funding are Colorado, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oregon, South Carolina, and Tennessee. If you live in one of these states, understand that available funding will be more limited than in other areas. This means competition for assistance will be more intense, making it even more critical that you submit your application immediately. The first-come, first-served nature of this program means delays could result in missing out entirely. One of the biggest misconceptions about this program is that you must be behind on your bills or facing a shutoff to qualify. This is absolutely incorrect, and understanding why is crucial to ensuring you don't miss opportunities for assistance. LIHEAP actually consists of several different grant types within the program structure. Let's break them down. The Crisis Grant. This component is designed for emergency situations when you have a broken heating system or have received a shutoff notice. This is what most people think of when they consider heating assistance. The Heating or Cooling Grant. This is the component many people overlook entirely. You do not need to be behind on your utility bills to receive this assistance. Some states refer to this as the cash grant, but this is the base component of LIHEAP that countless eligible individuals miss out on every year. If you meet the income requirements, you can receive this grant even if your bills are current. The payment goes directly to your utility company to help offset your costs. In states like Pennsylvania, this cash grant alone can be worth up to $1,000. In Massachusetts, the amount can reach $1,500. Some states offer even higher amounts. We're talking about grants exceeding $2,000 in certain locations. To put this in perspective, Alaska offers heating assistance that exceeds $6,000. These are substantial amounts designed to make a real difference in your ability to keep your home heated during winter months. The LIHEAP Clearinghouse website serves as the official government resource tracking values for various LIHEAP programs across all states. This database includes minimum and maximum amounts for heating assistance, minimum and maximum amounts for cooling assistance, crisis maximums for both winter and summer, and the total potential assistance you could receive year-round. This information was most recently updated on November 24, 2025, making it current and reliable. Looking at the data reveals just how significant this assistance can be. Alaska's heating maximum exceeds $6,000. Illinois offers heating assistance up past $2,500. Kansas provides over $4,000 in heating assistance. North Dakota's maximum reaches $7,500. Some states show even higher amounts, like Delaware at $10,000, though figures at that level likely include weatherization assistance program benefits or home repair value, not just direct utility payment. Still, these numbers demonstrate we're talking about substantial financial assistance. When amounts exceed certain thresholds, it's reasonable to assume weatherization assistance is included, as some states combine these programs. Understanding weatherization assistance is important because it can be truly life-changing. Personal experience demonstrates just how transformative these programs can be. Consider a real-world example, a household with utility bills reaching $600 monthly, an unsustainable burden. Through LIHAP, they received assistance paying down a past due balance exceeding $3,000. Through the Weatherization Assistance Program, they received over $10,000 in home improvements that increased energy efficiency. The result? Their monthly utility bill dropped to $150, a reduction to just 25% of the original amount. This kind of impact can fundamentally change a family's financial situation and quality of life. If you're eligible for these programs, applying is strongly recommended. The potential to transform your housing cost burden is real and substantial. You can apply for both the regular heating, cooling assistance and the crisis grant. While your state will typically impose a maximum on total assistance you can receive in a given year, you're not limited to just one type of help. This means if you receive the regular heating assistance amount early in the season, but then face an emergency later, perhaps a heating system breakdown, or an unexpected spike in costs, you can request additional help through the Crisis Grant Program in most jurisdictions. Don't forget this option exists if circumstances change during the heating season. Will LIHEAP assistance count as income and reduce my SSI or SNAP benefits? No. LIHEAP funding is explicitly exempt from being counted as income for purposes of other benefit programs. This remains true regardless of what your state calls the program: LIHEAP, LEAP, SEEP, HEAT, or any other variation. All of these programs are funded under the same federal LIHEAP grant structure and will not be counted as income toward SSI, SNAP, or other assistance programs. Do I need to be a homeowner to qualify? No. Renters are fully eligible for LIHEAP assistance. In fact, you may qualify even if your utilities are included in your rent payment, as long as you can demonstrate that your rent is higher due to heating costs being incorporated into the rental amount. What are the income limits? Do I make too much money to qualify? This question is challenging to answer universally because income limits vary by state, unlike some federally standardized programs. States are permitted to set their own income thresholds for LIHEAP, but these must fall within federal guidelines. Generally, income limits will be set at no more than 150% of the federal poverty level or no greater than 60% of the state's median income. When states choose the median income standard, qualifying income can be substantially higher than federal poverty guideline measurements. States typically cannot set thresholds lower than 110% of federal poverty guidelines, so most states establish limits somewhere between 110% and 150% of federal poverty level. Most states reviewed operate around the 150% mark. To provide concrete examples, a two-person household in Texas with income of $38,000 or less may qualify. A two-person household in Ohio could qualify with $37,000 annually or less. In Florida, qualifying income might be up to $40,000 annually. In California, a two-person household may qualify with monthly income up to $4,000 or less. These figures demonstrate there's variance depending on your state, but the general recommendation is this. If you're uncertain whether you qualify, apply anyway. Let the agency make the determination. Don't disqualify yourself based on assumptions. If you're close to the income threshold, applying costs nothing and could result in substantial assistance. Can I receive LIHEAP if I already get a discount on my electric bill? This is an excellent question with a nuanced answer. It depends entirely on the source of your discount. If your utility company offers a discount, perhaps a senior discount or a fee reduction, and that discount comes from the company itself, you can generally receive LIHEAP assistance as well. However, some states have programs where utility discounts are actually funded by LIHEAP grant dollars. In those cases, the agency will likely determine you're already receiving LIHEAP assistance and may not be eligible for additional benefits. To determine your specific situation, contact your utility company directly. They can review your account, identify what type of discount you're receiving, explain the funding source, and point you toward the appropriate agency for applying for additional assistance if you're eligible. This is critical. Do not wait for mail. Do not wait for someone to contact you. The process requires proactive action on your part. The simplest approach is to search online for Community Action Agency near me, along with your location. You can also search for LIHEAP application along with your state name. Many resources online provide direct links to state agencies administering LIHEAP programs, making it easier to find the correct contact information. The key is locating your local administering office. When you do, making a phone call is recommended rather than only completing an online application. Here's why: most LIHEAP applications require an in-person appointment. When applying for LIHEAP, applicants typically must bring documentation to an appointment: birth certificates, social security cards, proof of income for the entire household, and other verification documents. By calling directly, you can schedule an appointment immediately and position yourself at the front of the line for processing. Given that deadlines are tight and funding is limited, taking this direct approach maximizes your chances of receiving assistance before funds are exhausted. The situation is urgent. The $3.7 billion in federal funding is now available, but the compressed timeline created by the government shutdown means agencies are overwhelmed and windows are closing rapidly. If you need heating assistance, act today. Don't wait another day. The first-come, first-served nature of this program means tomorrow might be too late, particularly in states with early December deadlines. Gather your documentation, locate your local community action agency, make that phone call, and get your application submitted. This assistance can mean the difference between a warm home and financial crisis this winter. The funding is there. You just need to claim your eligibility before it runs out. Remember, when the money is gone, it won't return until next year. Don't let bureaucratic delays or personal hesitation cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars in assistance you're entitled to receive. The time to act is right now. Stay warm, stay safe, and get that application submitted immediately.